Good afternoon. My name is Mahir Izadi, and I'm very glad that you joined us this afternoon. This ceremony is very dear to me and the School of Technology. We are very glad to have members of the School of Technology, faculty, staff, and students here. Also, we are glad that members of our advisory board could join us this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming. Also, this afternoon we are joined by our ATME reaccreditation team that are here for the reaccreditation of the Applied Engineering and Technology program. In addition, I would like to welcome President Perry, Provost Lord, Vice President Martin, and other members of the Dean's Council, as well as other administrators that could join us this afternoon. We are here for a reason, and that is several years ago we had an idea, a dream that we could establish a fund to benefit the School of Technology. And the School of Technology Advisory Board took this upon themselves to promote this event. And because of that effort, this afternoon we are joined by Ross McCullough and his family, and Mrs. McCullough, thank you for being here. Mr. and Mrs. Price, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Dr. Metcalf Trikel, I'm sorry. Dr. Metcalf Trikel, I was trying to make the correct name. Also, our friends from the Qualcomm Corporation, which made a significant donation also for this process. The importance of this will be felt for many years by our faculty, by our students, and we are very proud that this is a good starting point for all of us. And hopefully we will continue this fundraising effort, the Technology Future Fund, and for years to come, the students will benefit this. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Perry, President Perry, to give us a few words of wisdom.
Thank you, Mar. Well, it's my pleasure to be here too. I managed to meet most of you working around the room, and I want to thank everyone for being here today. It's important to focus on the future. And EIU has always been a forward-looking institution, and that's what we continue to do today. And the funding we've talked about today, the impact that it will have for students for generations to come is really key to the future of the university. It's that margin of excellence that makes the difference for our students. So I want to thank everyone on the School of Technology Advisory Board who's been integral to the development of this fund, for your long-time support. It's really important to us to have that feedback loop with advisory boards and to have the support of the advisory boards, because we know that our students have to enter into a career and a workforce with the kind of skills that you need so that they can hit the ground running. Now, we know we can't teach them everything, but we know if we give them that solid foundation that when they do get out there and start their careers, then the extra thing that they do need to know, things that they do need to know, they will be able to learn them, because we're training our students to be critical thinkers, to be a product of a system of integrated learning, where they're learning also not only the academic side, learning in the lab and the classroom, but also from internships, partnerships. And I just want to give you one example. In Old Main, we're doing some renovations. A donor gave us some money to do so. Well, there's this old woodwork. It's intricately carved, and it's 100 years old. And so some of it had to be replicated. So we called upon students in the school here, and they freehanded it, right?
Yes.
That's the way to put it. So one day I come into Old Main, and the carpenters are there, and Randy Rodabaugh, who's the head of renovations group, comes and says, "Dr. Perry, I got to show you this to you." And it's this orange thing. No, it's some kind of plastic, right?
Yes, ABS plastic.
All right. And so, and so he's holding this orange thing in one hand and the wood in the other. And they're exact match, to my eye, an exact match. And so that project, that restoration of part of Old Main, is going to benefit from our students working hand in hand with carpenters and others to make things work and look right. But what we learned from it was that you don't have, what I learned from it is you don't have to do it freehand, but you can get a 3D scanner that then, you know, drops the data right into the other computer thingy. and so mechanizes this process. So what we're trying to do now is get that thing put together so that we can get it on our website. As another example of how Eastern students are contributing to the university is contributing to them, and together that's such a great partnership. So it's my pleasure to be here today. It's almost like the trifecta or the triple crown to have in the room at the same time the faculty, the advisory board, and the visiting team from ATME, all to share this wonderful day and event. So thank you very much. I will retire over here, and then Dean Zadi, I'll be ready when you're ready to make the presentations.
Thank you, President Perry. This time I would like to ask Dr. Woodley to make the presentation.
Well, greetings. It quit raining for a little bit, so we don't have to worry about that. Dr. Perry, would you like to come up with me?
Yes.
And Ross, would you like to join me? And Cindy? Your whole family can come up with it.
We will bring the whole herd up.
Bring the whole herd up. Russ McCullough is the Vice President of Marketing for UPS Supply Chain Solutions, where he manages the global service portfolio for the $8 billion UPS supply chain subsidiary. This enterprise includes, and Jonathan, I'm going to hold you to this one. It's a long sentence. This enterprise includes supply chain design and planning, transportation and freight services, contract logistics, distribution services, reverse logistics, training consulting, and brokerage. Anything else? Ross's career started here in UPS in 1984, and he started as a loader in Mattoon, Illinois. Beginning with his promotion to industrial engineer after graduating from Eastern in 1987, Ross advanced through the UPS organization over the course of the next 19 years. What Ross doesn't know is that I remember him as a student here at Eastern, and I was a brand new faculty person at that time. So it's kind of old home week here. Some of his sites that he actually worked included Brussels, Belgium. Also, in the midst of his responsibilities as those increased, he completed somehow his Master's of Business Administration from Emory University. In 2004, the National Association of Industrial Technology awarded Ross with the Outstanding Industrial Technologist Award. Joining Ross today is his family, his wife Cindy, his mother Laura Kay, and children Mac and Gracie. So welcome. They have all been very supportive of the School of Technology by sharing Ross with us. Ross lives in Atlanta now. He comes twice a year for our advisory board meetings. And so that kind of dedication to this school is really, really appreciated. Ross and Cindy have named 2 of our rooms today. One of them is a primary classroom, as well as he is honoring a former faculty member, Tom Wascom, by naming Tom Wascom's room in honor of Tom and his late wife, Luann Wascom, who were wonderful faculty. He was a wonderful faculty person, and she was so supportive of all the students in technology. So please join me today in thanking Ross and Cindy for their donation. And President Perry, would you like to have your picture taken with them?
Absolutely. I think we should, after we take these pictures, let's get the whole family up here. So
I think the family should be up here. You know.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
And I have also have a pen. We have all kinds of fun stuff.
Okay,
So we have the Future Fund pen and your award.
All right, so let's hold that and let's
Finally.
all right. So, did you get a good one? All right, well, why don't you come up here and let's take another picture of the whole family. Come on, Grace. Come on.
That's right.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. Looking good.
Yeah.
She does that to me too.
Okay, big smile. Can you push your hair out of your eyes so I can understand what you're talking about? Hold that.
Janet, would you like to come forward, Dr. Treichel? Dr. Janet Metcalf Treichel, you've thrown us with that, adding that name in there, has had a national impact in business education at all levels, elementary, secondary, and higher education. As Executive Director of the National Business Education Association since 1989, Janet has kept the organization and its thousands of members on the forefront of the field with ever-changing technologies. Under her leadership, the NBEA has become an indispensable organization in a career and technical education arena. Her knowledge of business education has made her a valuable and respected resource across the nation, and she's known for being a gracious mentor. And our department has benefited from that. She previously served as a technical director for the Department of Navy Occupational Developmental and Analysis Center. Janet has many ties with EIU. She gave a beautiful speech talking about her family and all what's the school over there that you used to attend?
Lab school.
The lab school. I always forget the name lab school. So she's originally from this area and from being knee-high at Max and Gracie's age, you were involved with Eastern, and your family was involved with Eastern. I really enjoyed that speech. She earned her degree in business education in 1964 and a master's degree in 1971. She served as a former member of EIU faculty and the EIU School of Business Advisory Board. She continues to work with the School of Business and the School of Technology faculty to keep them at the forefront of issues that are relevant to the university and to education. She is currently a member of the EIU Foundation, and she has been named a distinguished alumnus by both the EIU School of Business and the EIU Alumni Association. In recognition of Janet's lifetime of achievement, in 2010, Janet was conferred an honorary doctorate by Eastern Illinois University. Janet has named the office of the chair of the School of Technology, an office I'm very familiar with, in the naming process. So we thank you for that. So please join me in
Why don't we do that? Daily double. Why don't you hold that, Jean, and I'll hold this. Just do this. Now, I want to comment on Jan's speech. It was a commencement speech on the occasion of the honorary doctorate and so forth. And I think the first line was something like 5 blocks. Right. And it was a wonderful speech, and it meant a lot to our students. I think 5 blocks referred to how far you lived from campus.
That's right.
If you get a chance in talking to Jan, just ask her to tell you just a little bit about that, because it's just such a wonderful, heartwarming story. Thank you, Jan. You bet. I'd love to do that. Here, you want me to carry that?
You can move up if you need to. I'm going to use my best teacher voice and just move back here. I said, do you want to come up front with me? And they said, no. And I said, well, I'm just going to come back there with you then. Dr. James D. Price received a Bachelor of Science in Business Education in 1974 and a Master's of Science degree in Education and a Specialist in Education from Eastern in 1977. He received a PhD from Southern Illinois University in 1998. James began his career as a business education teacher and was Associate Superintendent of the Mount Zion School District at the time of his passing in 2000. He was an elder in the Mount Zion Presbyterian Church. He served 2 years as mayor of Mount Zion and as president of the Mount Zion Park Foundation for 6 years. James served on numerous community boards, including the Park Foundation, Mount Zion Infant and Child Care, Macon County Regional Planning Committee, and was former president of the Mount Zion Lions Club. James was a member of the many professional organizations, including Future Business Leaders of America, Phi Beta Lambda, Phi Delta Kappa, Kappa Mu Epsilon, and Delta Chi. His contributions to education were numerous. He served on the board of directors and was an officer for the Illinois Coalition for Quality Vocational Education. He was a member of the Illinois Association of School Board Officials, and he was an honorary life member of the National Parent Teachers Association, as well as a member of Delta Chi Fraternity EIU chapter, and held many offices, including National President and Chapter Advisor. After his death, Helen Price established the Dr. James D. Price Delta Chi Business Education Scholarship in his memory. This award goes to a member in good standing of the Delta Chi fraternity who is majoring in career and technical education, with the emphasis in business education. In 2008, Dr. James Price was posthumously awarded the School of Technology Distinguished Alumni Award. With us today are his mother, Helen, and his father, Roy, and so I would like you to join me in congratulating them in this naming of a room in their son's honor.
I'm going to be one of the few men to come between Roy and Helen. Roy and Helen are just such generous hosts. We visited their home up in Elmhurst not long ago, and I think it was Helen said, well, now, wouldn't you like to meet the president of Elmhurst College? And I said, well, I sure would, but it's kind of short notice. But Helen worked it out. And so we went over and walked around the campus a little bit and visited the president and everything. And you made me feel so good with that visit. We really appreciate everything that you've done.
Well, you made us feel so great just thinking of us and coming to visit us. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you very much.
The award today is to Qualcomm Corporation based in Sullivan. We do not have a representative from the company here today, but they are going to come this summer to see the room that they've named. So I want to talk a little bit about this company because I have gone on several of the plant tours. I've driven the van for several of the plant tours with the students, and it's such an opportunity when a company will invite 20 students to tour their facility. They were doing a tip-up over in Indiana a couple years ago, and we all got, in fact, I still have my hard hat from the tour. And so, you know, they take the time, they take the expense, and they explain the whole process of the tip-up, the regulations they have to meet, and it's just a wonderful experience for the students. So this is a company based in Sullivan. It boasts more than 100 years of combined employee experience in a multitude of commercial projects. They specialize in big box retail. They've done numerous Walmart stores. And they take a lot of pride in managing every facet of the construction process for their clients. Qualcomm offers a full range of comprehensive general contracting services, including the conceptualization and design of new commercial construction and preparing the site for the construction. They're fully licensed in all elements of general contracting, and they've performed everything from retail outlet centers to car dealership construction and everything in between. They believe in hiring the best talent to be a part of their team, and there are several EIU alumni represented on the plaque that they have donated. The current president of Colcon is Mr. Jeff Mitchell. He's a 1998 alumnus of the School of Business. The former president, Stephen Wright, was a former member of the advisory board, the School of Technology Advisory Board, and he was instrumental in developing the Future Fund. In fact, Colcon was the first donor to the Future Fund. So I'm pleased to note that these friends of ours have opened their doors for all these occasions with our students. They continue to do so. So what I'd like to do is give them a round of applause, and then we will have it taped for next summer when they come. Now I know that several of the faculty have classes that they need to go to. We're going to be doing a walkabout of the building to visit each of the donor plaques. So I would invite any of you that are able to join us for that walkabout. And then as soon as that's finished, the advisory board members will be meeting with the ACME accreditation team. So thank you again. And we'll continue down the hall. The first stop is going to be Dr. Waskin's office.
I know, I was like, I gotta go make sure you get there.
Now, Tom had a A&M connection, right?
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, I worked there from 71 through, when I got here, I got this meeting here and we talked about barbecue and all this Texan things. Yeah.
In fact, just a note, this is not a glass, it's a plexiglass. Etched plexiglass in Texas.
Yes.
With Tom, and we had to place it in a cold frame because they didn't know the frame. Just putting the plexiglass on the wall. Right. That's what would happen. It may look like just a piece of glass or a piece of paper, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's a etched plexiglass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see as I get closer here. Yeah, I can see the relief on it. Yeah.
Just, thank you.
Oh, yeah. I talked to the email later.
He lives in lovely pictures.
There comes Roy.
He doesn't realize he's supposed to be slowing down.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
EIU blue.
Very lovely. Yes.
Let's take a picture here.
Okay. Okay.
You want us on one side, Bev? How do you want us to do
Let's
this?
split it. Let's split them up. Why don't you, Jeffrey, why don't you sit on this?
All right. There we go.
Thank you.
I need a box.
There you go.
Wait. Where's Thomas? Thomas isn't here.
Thomas?
Hey, I wanted you to see my pose here for the picture. No, we want people to know it's a real office with a real person.
how's that?
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want to avoid that.
Right there.
Yep, right there.
Close the door so the room makes some noise.
I bet you had a few classes in this room.
What's your name?
I can't remember.
Your name up there on the wall?
I'm sure you did.
See that? I don't have to be here.
You have another one right here.
I was
That corner.
Got it framed up just perfect.
You know, we could pull those two children out just a little bit and then mom and dad in behind them.
Here, let me throw you on this one.
Yeah.
And I hold your water bottles.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
Don't take any of his water now.
Come on, Mac. Mac. Okay.
Smile.
Say girls.
There you go.
That was for your dad. Good. Okay.
Great.
Thank
Thank you very much.
That was it?
Well, thank you, Dean Zadi, for a great tour, a great ceremony. Yes. And Dr. Woodley, where'd Deb go? Oh, there you are. Thank you.
Thank you
Well
very
done.
much.
Appreciate it.
Get over there. Nanny will take a picture. So Mary Jo is...
This?
All of you.
All of us?
Yeah.
You want me to take it with you in it?
No, I can show you.
All right. Okay, here we go. Here, let's go.
Actually, I don't like my picture being taken.
All right, I can't see now, Mom, but
Yeah.
got it?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm glad y'all could be here to share this. This is really great. Nice to meet y'all. All right, we'll be seeing you again. Thank you very much. You bet. Thank you very much.
Oh, Jeff. They're going to go down to the... Are you going down there?
Thank you, President.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Wafi. It's good to be here.
Not at the practice.
Are you just now posting or position
I'll say, you get so much money, then you have like fundraisers and there's some parents that donate books to